Jai Hind children. I welcome you all in today's live class of biology. Children, we are discussing the chapter respiration. Is it? And in previous class, I have explained you about aerobic respiration. One of the type of respiration that is aerobic respiration. Understood? And today I will discuss the another type of respiration that is anaerobic respiration. Alright. But before starting the topic, I'm going to demonstrate you the activity. Children, this activity is the part of your activity syllabus. So you need to write this activity in your activity notebook. Alright. So first, I'm going to demonstrate you the activity number 6 of biology. And after that, I will discuss today's topic. Is to demonstrate that exhaled air contains carbon dioxide alright children. So this is the aim or objective of our this activity, and for this activity we need the materials like we need a straw and we need some lime water. Children, this lime water can be prepared by dissolving the solid lime in water for whole night. Okay, so you will observe that the solid part get precipitated at the bottom, and on it you have a water, means that transparent liquid that looks like the water, that is lime water. So we will use only that lime water for this activity. Alright children, so here I already have prepared the lime water and collected some of the lime water in this test tube. So as you can see here that the lime water looks completely transparent like the water. Okay, and when we exhale air in this lime water, so there will some changes occur. Get it? And for exhalation, I am going to use this straw. So here I have a straw and now I will blow air. I will exhale air in it. While exhaling air, after some time, we will got this transparent liquid is going to, yes, it's going to change and it becomes milky. Got it? So just look that here, that liquid gets milky, which was earlier completely transparent, it turns to milky. So this indicates that the carbon dioxide which is present in exhaled air get reacted with this lime water and turns it milky. Alright children, the chemical equation which involved in it is calcium, and its chemical formula is CaOH whole twice. Alright children, this calcium hydroxide is also known as lime water. So the lime water which we have used, it was actually the calcium hydroxide, and when this calcium hydroxide reacts with carbon dioxide, and the formula of carbon dioxide that you know very well, CO2. This carbon dioxide which is present in exhaled air, and when they both reacts together, it forms CaCO3. This is calcium carbonate. So the symbol of calcium carbonate is, yes, it is CaCO3. Alright children? And along with it, water will also form. Got it? So this one is the complete chemical equation which involved in this activity. When this lime water reacts with carbon dioxide, after passing the carbon dioxide through the straw in lime water, that reaction will occur and forms a milky substance. This lime water turns to milky, and that milky substance is calcium carbonate. Alright, and water will also form. Get it, children? So this activity simply indicates that in exhaled air, carbon dioxide is present. Okay, so I hope that you understood this activity. Alright, children? I'm going to discuss the next topic of the chapter, that is anaerobic respiration. Alright children, remember that in aerobic respiration, we have discussed that the respiration that occurs or takes place in the presence of oxygen. Okay, but this anaerobic respiration occurs in the absence of oxygen. Understood children? So, sometimes during hard activity or strenuous activity such as long distance running, your body cannot get enough oxygen to produce the required energy. Is it children? So, to get the additional energy, anaerobic respiration occurs within our muscle cells. Understood? And in this process, there is partial breakdown of glucose to produce lactic acid. So what produced children during this reaction? Yes, lactic acid produced in muscles. Okay, and the accumulation of lactic acid in the body causes muscular cramp, muscular pain. Okay, and that is why you sometimes have cramps after heavy exercise. Okay, got the reason why we have sometimes the muscular cramps or pain after heavy exercise? Because the reason is that time the glucose breaks partially to form lactic acid, and that lactic acid get accumulated in the muscles and responsible for muscular cramps, causes the pain. Alright, you can get relief from these cramps by massaging the affected part or by having a hot bath. Understood? So these are the ways by which we can get relief from the muscular cramp, either by massaging the affected part or by having a hot bath. Alright children? Now, both these activities improve the circulation of blood in the body, leading to increased supply of oxygen. Okay, and this results in complete breakdown of lactic acid to carbon dioxide and water, and hence you get relief from the cramp. So when we are going to massage the affected part or taking hot bath, so what happened? Yes, it improves the circulation of blood in the body, and this improved circulation of blood increase the supply of oxygen, and this supply of oxygen responsible for complete breakdown of lactic acid into carbon dioxide and water, and we get relief from the cramp. A little in. So this is a anaerobic respiration. Now, one more way is there to explain the anaerobic respiration in living organism. So we can understood it well by having a simple activity. Children, in this activity to show that anaerobic respiration in living organism, we will perform a simple activity. Okay, and first of all we will boil some water for 15 minutes to remove all the dissolved oxygen in it. As you know that after boiling the water, the dissolved oxygen get, yes, removed, gets vaporized. Understood? So after boiling the water, we will half fill two flasks, okay, with this water. So we will take two flasks and we will half fill these flasks with that boiled water. Understood, children? So this one is the flask A. This one is the flask B. In these flasks, we will put half of the, yes, boiled water. Get it, children? Now, seal the flask to prevent the water from coming in contact with air and allow the flask to cool. After putting this boiled water in this flask, we will seal by applying a tight lid at the mouth of the flask. So while sealing the mouth of the flask, yes, the air will not enter in the flask. Understood? Now, leave your flask to cool. And when the water has cooled, this boiled water gets cooled, open the seal and dissolve glucose in each flask. Get it? After cooling them, we will remove these flask lids. Get it, children? And after that, we will dissolve some glucose in both the flasks. Get it? And after dissolving the glucose in both the flask A and B, we will add live yeast. Children, you know about the yeast. It is a unicellular organism. Is it? So we will add live yeast only in flask A, but not in flask B. Understood? Now, after adding the yeast in flask A, we will put a thin layer of oil on water in both the flasks. So, above the water, we will put a thin layer of oil. Got it, children? Understood? Now, the layer of this oil will prevent oxygen in air from dissolving in water. As you know that air have the oxygen. Okay, and as the mouth is open of these flasks, so air will enter inside the flask and the oxygen will again get mixed in water, get dissolved in water. So that is why we are going to, yes, make a thin layer of oil above the water. So this thin layer of oil will not allow to move oxygen in water from air. Get it? Now, after this, we will close each flask with a one hold stopper. Get it, children? After adding the oil, we will, yes, close this mouth of the flask while using one hold stopper. The stopper in which one hole is there. Understood? Now, after putting this one hold stopper in both the flasks, what we'll do? Yes, we will insert a thin glass tube in each flask and let its other end dip in lime water taken in a test tube. Get it, children? What will take in test tube? We will take lime water. So here we will have a test tube, and in this test tube we have lime water. And now we will insert a glass tube through this hole. Okay, one end will move inserted here in the flask, and second end of the glass tube will inserted in this test tube in which, yes, lime water is there. And just like that in flask B. So these are the glass tubes which are inserted in the flask, and the another end is, yes, inserted in test tube in which we have lime water. Get it, children? So we will prepare this kind of setup. Get it? And after preparing this setup, we will maintain the temperature of about 25 degrees Celsius by putting the flask in a water bath if necessary. So simply we'll leave this setup the place where we have the temperature about 25 degree. Okay. Now, after some time, you will notice that bubbles of colorless gas escaping from the solution in flask A. In which flask? A. The bubbles will escape. And these bubbles, which are colorless, is actually a kind of gas. Okay, and these gas will pass through the lime water in test tube, and this bubble will move through this glass tube and finally comes in lime water. Get it? And the lime water turns milky. After that, this lime water, which was colorless earlier, now turns milky. Get it, children? So this indicates that the gas which is coming out from the flask is carbon dioxide, because the carbon dioxide gas can turn the lime water milky. Okay, a reaction will take place here in which this lime water will react with carbon dioxide and a milky product will form. Get it? But in flask B, there is no bubbles cap and the lime water remains the same. It does not turns milky. Get it? So we can conclude that the yeast in flask A, okay, it produced the carbon dioxide in the absence of oxygen. As in this water, oxygen is not present there. Okay, so that carbon dioxide is produced by yeast. And how this carbon dioxide produced? Because of the respiration that occurs by the yeast, and they respire anaerobically because oxygen is absent here. Get it? So this activity shows that, proves that the yeast respire anaerobically. Understood, children? So I hope that you understood this setup in which we have shown that the yeast, which is a unicellular organism, respire anaerobically, means in the absence of oxygen, and produces carbon dioxide. As a result, this lime water turns milky. Get it? So this is all about the topics of your chapter. Now after that, I'm going to discuss the oral questions 2 of the chapter. And the question number 1 is, in humans, the exchange of gases occurs in the lungs. In which part of the lungs does it takes place? So children, remember that. In which part of the lungs the exchange of gases takes place? Yes, it takes place in alveoli part. Which part, children? Alveoli part of the lungs. The exchange of gases takes place. Alright. Now the question number 2 is, oxygen is carried to the cells by the blood. In what form is oxygen carried in the blood? So children, as we know that oxygen carried by the blood in the form of oxyhemoglobin, because oxygen combined with hemoglobin and then it carried through the blood. Alright. So the answer will be oxyhemoglobin. Okay. Now the question number 3. What process occurs during cellular respiration? Children, here you have to write down the name of process. So the name of the process is oxidation. Okay, the oxidation process occurs during cellular respiration. And the oxidation process is what? It is a process in which sugar molecules, yes, gets oxidized to form carbon dioxide, water, and give out energy. Get it? So you can say that the oxidation of sugar molecules to form carbon dioxide, water, and give out energy occurs during cellular respiration. Okay? Now, the question number 4. Cellular respiration can occur even without oxygen. Okay, then we have discussed today. So, what is such respiration called? So, children, remember that the respiration that occurs without oxygen, it is known as, yes, anaerobic respiration. All right. Now, the question number 5. And the question is, which of these, combustion or cellular respiration, is a faster process? So today you have to find out of combustion and cellular respiration, which process is faster. So the answer will be combustion process is faster. Okay, as compared to respiration, because respiration occurs in many steps and combustion occurs in single step. Okay, so combustion is a faster process than cellular respiration process. All right, children. So these all are the, yes, answers of oral questions 2. And I hope that you understood these all answers. Now, children, I'm going to start the book exercise. Okay, and first of all, I will discuss the, yes, first book exercise, that is choose the most appropriate answers. Okay. And the question number 1 is, in insects, exchange of gases takes place through. Children, again I'm going to repeat the question. In insects, the exchange of gases takes place through. And the options: first, spiracles; second, gills; third, lungs; and fourth, stomata. So children, the correct answer will be, yes, it is spiracles. Now, the question number 2. Through which tubes does air enter the lungs from the windpipe? You have to write down the name of the tube, okay, through which the air enters the lungs through the windpipe. Alright, children. And the options are: the first one, bronchi; second, bronchioles; third, alveoli; and fourth, trachea. Get it, children? So the correct answer will be, yes, bronchi. Now, the question number 3. Alright, children. Where in the respiratory system does oxygen from the air breathed in passed into the blood? Children, once again, I'm going to read the question. Where in the respiratory system does oxygen from the air breathed in pass into the blood? Okay. And the option: first, trachea; second, bronchi; third, bronchioles; and fourth, alveoli. Alright, children. So the correct answer will be alveoli. The question number 4 is, which of these is not true about cellular respiration? Okay, children. And the first option, it releases energy. Second option, it occurs only during the day. Third option, it utilizes oxygen and liberates carbon dioxide. And the fourth option is, it occurs in all living things. Get it, children? So the correct option will be, it occurs only during the day. Okay, this is not true, and rest of the options are true about cellular respiration. Now, the question number 5 is, which of these is true about anaerobic respiration? Okay, children? And the first option is, oxygen is utilized. Second, carbon dioxide is given out. Third, amount of energy released is more than in aerobic respiration. And the fourth option, sometimes it occurs in human body also. So out of these 4 options, which one is true about anaerobic? Get it? So the correct option will be, sometime it occurs in, yes, human body also. Now, the question number 6. Exchange of gases in plants takes place through the, and the option, first, stomata, second, roots, third, buds, and fourth, entire leaf surface. So children, remember that in plants, the exchange of gases, okay, takes place through, yes, stomata. Question number 7. During which process is energy released? And the option, external respiration, second, internal respiration, third, inhalation, and the fourth, exhalation. So children, out of these 4 processes, energy is released in, yes, in internal respiration. Okay. Now, the question number 8. Which of these is not true? Option 1. Combustion is a faster process than respiration. Second, combustion occurs at a higher temperature than respiration. Option C. In combustion, energy is released in several steps, whereas in respiration, it is released in a single step. Okay, and option D, combustion can occur anywhere, but respiration only occurs in living cells. So children, the correct answer will be, yes, C. Okay, this is not true about the statement. That is, in combustion, energy is released in several steps, whereas in respiration, it is released in single step. This statement is false. Okay, so these all are the book exercise A. Okay, and I hope that you understood these all answers. Thank you and have a nice day, children.